I've been testing this flashlight right here, the LoopGear SK05 Pro, pretty extensively for the past few weeks to figure out if this will become my new everyday carry flashlight. And I figured out that it will probably not be my new everyday carry flashlight, but instead it will become my new go-to flashlight for stuff around the flat, vacations, and also for trips with the car or in general long trips where I know that I might need a little bit of battery. So I wanted to test this specific flashlight for a while now, and I asked LoopGear if they would kindly send me a flashlight for exchange of a video about the flashlight. And this right here is the video. They did not tell me what to say or what to do, so I'm completely free with this. They are not seeing anything in advance, and if they don't like me anymore after this video, I don't care, because I want to give you my honest opinion on this flashlight, because it's not that cheap. It's pretty expensive, so I think it's around 150 euros. You can get it though sometimes for 125 euros. So let's start with the general haptic of the flashlight and what the flashlight can do, because I think it's quite impressive what this flashlight can do. I would say let's switch over to the overhead camera. So this right here is the SK05 Pro. It's a pretty good looking flashlight. It's very well, you can hold it very well in your hand. It's very handy. I think it looks quite good, although there's another finish of the flashlight, which I like even more. I will show you a picture right here. Over here you have the two main emitters. Those are the floodlight emitters, and this is the spotlight emitter. On the side you have a side light right here. I will show you this one in a second too. Back here on the tail of the flashlight, you can open this thing up and then you will see the batteries. You have two 4000 mAh batteries in here, so 8000 in total. You can close this one up and also lock it again. And down here you have the USB-C port, which you can charge the flashlight with, but you can also use this to charge other devices. More on that later. On top of here, you have a rotating switch and you also have a button. And the user interface of this flashlight, I think, is pretty good once you got the hang of it. I did not understand it right away, but you will figure it out once you, of course, read the instructions or once you played around with a flashlight for a while. So if you are in the locked mode with this flashlight and you press the side button, you will see that there is a red light that indicates that the flashlight is locked right now. So you can't access any other lights except for the red one, which is also can be handy in the night if you're in a tent or if you wake up and want to go in the kitchen to eat something. You can use this red light. It's pretty good for that. If you turn on the flashlight, that is, you rotate the switch, for example, to the floodlight, then you see that there, I have to do it again, then there is the LED strip lighting up and showing you, indicating how much battery there's left, which I think is pretty awesome. That is very, very handy, very, very useful. So you just have to, switch the button to one mode and you can see, okay, I have enough juice left. I can go on with the day. That's pretty handy. So once you have selected a specific mode and then you click the button, the flashlight will turn on. If you click it again, it will turn off. That's what you would expect. This works throughout all the modes. So with the spotlight, you click on, click off, and with the side light, you click on, you click again, off. Then there's another functionality if you switch into a specific mode and the flashlight is turned off. This works in all the three modes, and you hold the button, the flashlight will go in its highest mode and turn on both lights at the highest turbo mode, basically. And if you release the button again, it will turn off. So if you're back in the floodlight mode, for example, and the flashlight is turned off, you can just simply click on it again to start it. And if you now want to rotate through the different light levels, you can just hold the button and it will rotate through the different light levels. This works in all the different modes. You can also switch the modes while the light is on. So I rotate it and it switches the mode automatically, which I think is pretty awesome. You can hold the flashlight like this and then quickly switch between the floodlight and the spotlight mode, which is, I think, pretty cool. And again, you can hold it down and it rotates through the different light levels in the other modes as well, as you can see right here. You also have the double click. With the double click, you can switch the modes in this LED strip on the side. So now we have a red light. If you hold it now again, you can switch between the colors. You can double click again. Now we have a pulsing light. Now we have a teardrop kind of thing. And again, if you hold it, you can switch the color of the light. It's a little bit gimmicky to have those different modes. This is the normal mode again. But yeah, if you go into the beam mode or the floodlight mode, for example, if you double click here, you will go into the turbo mode of the specific selected light that you are using at the moment. Then there's also one more UI mode. This is triple clicking the button. If you triple click the button and you are in one of the two normal flashlight modes, so floodlight or spotlight, if you triple click, you will start the strobe mode. If you click again, it will end the strobe mode. If you do the same thing in the side light mode, if you triple click here, it will go into this emergency light. I don't think that this is particularly useful, but I think you can also switch if you hold for an SOS light. I think this is way more useful. And again, you click again and then it's off, but it doesn't save it. So with all the other modes, it saves the selected brightness level. So if I go into the spotlight mode right here, I think this is the lowest mode. If I switch now to the brightest mode, for example, and now I turn it off, and I lock my flashlight, and now I go back to the spotlight mode and I start it again. It's again in this brightest mode, which is pretty handy. So it saves the strength of the light for every particular mode. I think this is everything regarding the UI of this flashlight, but you see there's a lot of stuff going on with this particular flashlight. Other than that, the floodlight is amazing. It's very useful if you want to light up a whole scene. The spotlight also pretty useful if you want to look at something in particular. I also, again, think it's pretty awesome that you can switch between the modes pretty easily. So if I go into the floodlight mode, for example, right here, you can see it. I can just rotate the switch and we go into the spotlight mode, which I think is pretty awesome. So I can quickly switch from the spotlight mode, I'm searching for something, and now go into the spotlight mode. This is pretty cool. And the side light, I have to say, this right here, I thought it's gimmicky, but specifically the lowest mode of the side light is the perfect strength of light in the night. If you want to go up in the night, it's a very useful light. It's not too bright, it's not too dim. Only thing that is a little bit annoying is that this feature that is cool, that you know what battery level your flashlight is, if you now rotate to your side light mode, you see that the battery indicator goes blue, and this is a little bit brighter than even the side light if it's turned on. So this can be a little bit annoying, but other than that, pretty nice mode. All the other modes are a little bit more fun than actually useful. You can use this as a prop light if you're a photographer or a videographer. I think for this it can be useful, but for all the other stuff, it's just for fun. If you wait for something and have this flashlight with you, you can play a little bit around with it and, you know, make a little party in your car or something, I don't know. But overall, I would say that this is kind of a Swiss Army knife of flashlights, because you have a spotlight, you have a floodlight, you have this side light, you have different modes in there, you have a strobe light, you have a full-on power mode. If you just hold it, it's pretty bright. So it's a Swiss Army knife of a flashlight, I would say, because you not only get all those features, you also have replaceable batteries. It's waterproof, and you can use this as a power bank. I teased it already, I think. You can use this as a power bank. It has reversed charging. So if you have your phone with you and it's dying, and you have also this flashlight with you, which is probably fully charged because you haven't used it that much the day, you can just whip out a cable if you have one, and then you can charge your phone with this flashlight, and it goes pretty fast. So it's very, very useful in that regard, that you can also use this whole flashlight as a power bank that is even waterproof. Show me power banks that are waterproof and instantly rechargeable, in that you can exchange the batteries if you have a few of those batteries lying around. That is pretty awesome. I have to say that is pretty awesome. And that is also the reason why I would take this with me on every longer trip, be it in a vacation or with the car or whatever. I would bring this flashlight with me and a small little charging cable for my phone, and you have a power bank with you. And even if you don't need the light of the flashlight, maybe you need the power of it. So in that regard, pretty awesome. Okay, but if this flashlight is so great, why isn't it my new everyday carry? And the reason is not the size, not the length, not the weight or something. The real reason is that I cannot access the strobe instantly. This is for me a very important criteria. With my current everyday carry flashlight, the Warrior Mini 3 from Olight, you have a tail switch right here, and you can program this particular flashlight in a way that you can hold it down and you have your strobe light instantly available. And for me, for an everyday carry flashlight, this is very important, that I instantly have a full power mode or a strobe mode. In best case, a strobe mode, but a full power mode would also be okay. And I cannot access a full power mode instantly with this flashlight. If the flashlight is locked like it is right now and I press the button, it just shows me that it's locked. If I press it 3 times to go into the strobe mode, it just tells me 3 times that it's locked. So I have to go and switch the mode, then I have to press it 3 times to go into the strobe mode, or I have to quickly switch the button and hold it down to get into the full mode. And this takes a few milliseconds more than on the Olight. But again, the Olight, I can have it in my pocket already ready and then just take it out and flash someone with this or something with this light. And for me, again, for an everyday carry flashlight, this is very important. If I know that I'm driving with my car somewhere, if I'm going on a big trip, if I, have to do some work in a workshop or something, I take this flashlight with me and use this one. But if I'm just out and about every day, everyday carry, I will take this flashlight over this one just simply because of the reason that I just told you. No instant strobe, no instant full power mode. One thing I also don't like about the flashlight is that it locks automatically if you have selected a mode. If you have selected a mode, for example, right now I've selected the floodlight mode, and I let it laying around for a few minutes and I come back, it will be locked. So it shows me it's in the floodlight mode, I press the button and it will be locked. It just shows me the red side light. And what I have to do then, maybe it's locked already, let me test. No, it's not locked already. I think it's 1 minute or 2 minutes or something. But if it's locked, then I have to go back to the lock and back to the mode, and then I can access the mode. And I don't know, I find this maybe I'm just, someone who uses a flashlight wrong. I know that it locks because it's a safety thing, if you have this in your pocket and you accidentally rotate the ring and then you accidentally press, you can burn holes in your pocket. I know this, and therefore the auto lock is probably pretty good. But then again, if you rotate it in your pocket and then quickly after that click the button accidentally, you will still burn a hole in your pocket. So I don't 100% understand why they implemented it so that it's after 1 minute or 2 minutes, it will automatically lock. I really don't like this. It really turns me off for this as an everyday carry, because sometimes I just go in the mode, I search for something, I put it by the side, and then a few minutes later I take it and I want to look at this specific thing again, and then it's locked and I have to go, rotate to lock and then rotate back and click it again. I know it's a little thing, but for 450 euros, I want it to work pretty flawlessly. And in this specific case, it's not flawless, I have to say. Is this a deal breaker? I don't think so. It's not a deal breaker for me. I again like this flashlight a lot because all the other features are exceptional and you can use it as a power bank. So alone for this reason, I think it's a great purchase. And again, that's the reason why it's not my everyday carry. It's the reason why it's my flashlight for everything else except for the everyday carry. To recap, I really enjoy this flashlight. I think switching between the modes, if the flashlight is turned on, just by rotating the ring is awesome. All the other UI is pretty awesome if you get the hang of it. It's a very powerful flashlight. You can do a lot with this flashlight. You can use it as a power bank. You can use it as a great night light if you go to this side light and turn it on. Because it has a perfect brightness. All the other moonlight modes of all the other flashlights I have, it's too bright for the night mode. It's okay. But this one has the dimmest mode of the side mode is perfect for night light. So yeah, overall, great package, what you can buy. Specifically, if you can get it for under, I would say, 120 euros. Then it's a pretty good deal. But it isn't my new everyday carry because I can't access the full power mode and I can't access the strobe mode instantly. And I really, really want this in my everyday carry. That's maybe just a me thing. If you don't care about strobe or full power mode instant access. That's I can understand it, and this will probably be your most favorite everyday carry flashlight then. Also, this locking feature, this auto lock feature, I really don't like this one as well. But it's something that I think I just have to get used to, just all the time if I use it. If I don't use it, just switch back to the lock mode, and then it will work the next time you use it. And I think that's it. I think that's my video about the SK05 Pro by LoopGear. A pretty cool flashlight. It's not perfect. It's not perfect, but it's pretty cool. It has a few very unique features, and I think you will like it. If you want to buy it, links in the description. And I hope you enjoyed the video. See you in the next one, and bye-bye.